It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and it'll be Nate Hobbs. He's now up to a 60-tackle season following his last performance. It's the Lions and the Bears coming up next.
The good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. A dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Lions. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a 7th-year pro and a literal rocket scientist. Here's Joshua Dobbs.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that, because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Nice little nifty play for him there. You know, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Dobbs now on second down. Sharks got it left side. 7 yards there and a first down. The Bears have 3-9 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Here's Dobbs to throw. Open man right side is Sharp. But he's out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. He's going to use his legs here. Escapes the defender. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Calling a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. down at 6 now. Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll run with Herbert. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here's Dobbs to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by the 5th-year dual threat and former #1 pick in 2019, Kyler Murray.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
2nd and 10.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
You look at this Bears defense.
They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
Definitely going to need to be
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Now Murray off play action. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
These two teams, they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. Now they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding room at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
For this defense, CD, going up against Kyler Murray here, what's the secret to keeping him in check?
Having better athletes than him, which is really unrealistic. So I go way back in football. They used to have a coverage called the umbrella coverage with 4 defenders back deep. Now you want to try and move that umbrella up front with Kyler Murray. Kind of surround him and keep him hemmed into the pocket. Because if he breaks out, he's going to hurt your defense in a big way with his legs.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Murray going to throw.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. This to Jacobs on the toss right. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get in that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll go again with Herbert.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Herbert now on the option.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Herbert powering up the middle.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
They'll run with Chestnut.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Throwing here, Dobbs.
That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Yeah, big play there. When you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
To throw is Dobbs. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jerome Bentley. And the Lions are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Murray now to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week. And in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
That good for 19 and a 1st down.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quicker.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Herbert once more.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That is caught by Herbert. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now Austin. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Lions will take over.
Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead. if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 8.
Jacobs going to try the middle.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
To about the 48-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. To throw, it's Murray.
And a quick throw there is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive.
A 1,000-yard campaign in his sights, Charles, but needs a little bit of a kick here down the stretch to reach it.
And sometimes at this stage of the season, you're looking for that extra goal, right? That extra motivation to accomplish what you want, not just as a team, but as individuals. He's got to stretch a little bit to get there. That might be what they're talking about during the practice sessions in their meetings. Hey, we can still get this done. Let's go ahead and feed him the ball.
And the offensive line, I'm sure they're well aware of where he stands as well.
They are, and I think for them, it would be an even better accomplishment to get there now because it seems like a little bit of a reach.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Hand off right side for Herbert.
Breaks through the contact. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chuck. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
Ball start, offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Throwing now is Murray.
That is caught.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Murray's throw caught here by Dosich.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Murray again.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And there, even if you've got to take something off that throw so that he slows down to catch it, that's far more preferable than what happened there. A big miss on what should have been a touchdown.
The kick by Sanders is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
This taken in at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk by the rivalry just a little more animated.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. And an off-balance
went slow there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Devontae Adams, his intended receiver.
And that'll bring up second down.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here's Murray. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. On the return, here's Dallas Flowers. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
And that flag accepted.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Dobbs to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Gets around him.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got him for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here's Murray. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Running left is Stevenson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
First down run with Jacobs won't get a whole lot, maybe a yard, but that's about all, and it's 2nd down. From the 23, here's a 2nd down and 9. Once again, it's Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Well, throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
So they're able to build on things here with a field goal, but the question is how much longer can they really rely on their defense to pitch a shutout?
That's a great question, because the guys on the other sideline are saying, give us the ball. We want another shot at this. So yes, tight game, he'll take the 3. But this game, it's far from over.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground with Herbert. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Another carry for Herbert on 2nd down.
Holding offense. Can't do that.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's the option. Shoves him aside. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the 1st down.
flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Still first down.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Read option. Here's Herbert.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Holding. Offense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Here's Dobbs to throw. That's complete to White. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Read option. This is White.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Dobbs.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
That's complete to Palmer. And he is going to have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they get 5 there on 4th and 3. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
Bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
The Bears offense ready to get going again.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
It's a gain of 35.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
A handoff for Herbert. A credit the tackle to Ron Thornhill.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down, they go back to Herbert. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And now by Shark. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Herbert. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Now Dobbs. Hard throw, incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing with 16-3 now. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he returns this to the 22. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Throwing now is Murray. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Lions first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. A time to see what this offense has left in the tank. Following the fumble recovery, Dobbs. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll run. It's Herbert. 75 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have you guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when line.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Dobbs is throwing.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be fourth down. Did they maybe play that too safely on third down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have fourth down to try and pick it up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Lions will take over. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
On first down, Dobbs to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Now Dobbs. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Back to throw Dobbs.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
He will push his way down to about the 14. So second and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Jacobs going to try the middle. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Sanders' kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
On the return, it's Flowers. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
So now the Bears down by 16, 1:07 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Dobbs.
And he lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
To a knee goes Murray, and that should just about do it.
And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and this was about as close to a shutout as you could get. I mean, barring a game where you only allow a safety, but this was the next best thing, just the field goal. That's all they gave up.
Yeah, and you know something, they're going to be disappointed because they gave up the field goal. But deep inside, somewhat satisfied as well, because you know how hard it is to keep people from scoring in this league. And the idea that you just gave up 3, yeah, your coaches will get on you. They'll say, we should have the shutout. But they also will be pretty satisfied with that type of a performance.
So for Detroit, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.